On today's episode of the Relationship Status Podcast, the crew talks about the 90-day rule. They answer the questions, what is the 90-day rule? Is there value in the 90-day rule? And of course, we have the Ask Nique segment. Let's start the show.
Many of you know my 90-day rule. It's kind of a timeline for relationships to develop without complicating things by giving up the cookie. See, well, many of you have asked, Steve, what should I be doing during that time, the 90-day time?
Welcome to the Relationship Status. It's your girl, Nique Cruz.
CL Butler.
And Yusuf.
And today our topic is going to be about the 90-day rule. What do you think the 90-day rule is? CL, what is the 90-day rule to you?
It's a construct conformed by women to deceive men sometimes.
You sound like a woman hater.
It's a woman hater?
I think the 90-day rule is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can live and die by it, though.
Okay. Yusuf, what about you?
I kind of am in the same boat with CL. It's kind of a little, for me, geared. It's almost as to say the woman has to do this thing to make sure that the man is worthy of getting that.
Yeah.
Well,
why can't it be? Why isn't it two-way? Why is it not two-way?
I think it's I'll tell you why it's not both ways.
And
I want to say it's just an advanced version of the creep test. They want to make sure you're not a creep.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is that I think vagina has a higher street value than penis.
It sure does.
So it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but men kind of have drove down that stock.
The power.
I don't know if there's power. I mean, what's the power in it?
Y'all make it powerful. Like,
what?
Women don't even do that. Women, like, literally, women don't put power into it. You all do. Like, the things men do just to get it.
Okay.
That's where the 90-day rule
There are
comes
some grown boys out there. But if I think two consensual adults want to have sex, they should. But I will agree that's probably not going to be the best relationship.
Well, because I don't agree with the 90-day rule.
You don't? I think rules are important. You can have rules set for yourself, but
90 days, it should be, okay, these are the things I'm looking for. And until he shows me these things, then, I'll be more intimate with him on that level. Because if you really think about it, okay, so you're with this individual for 3 months, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been going out, all of this. And then your only thing is, okay, I'm going to make him wait just 90 days. What if he hasn't showed you anything different? He hasn't showed you the true... people can show you who they want to show you.
Well, 90 days, you still can be in the representative stage.
Mm-hmm.
So do you inform him that you're giving him another 90-day extension? That his first 90 didn't do the right thing?
I don't know.
Because I gotta know you can't keep moving the timeline. And
do you tell him that there's a timeline? Do you communicate that? That's the question.
Since the 90-day rule is so popular, I think when you go into saying, hey, well, I'm not having sex until, I'm taking things slowly. I'm not having sex until we...
But that's what I'm saying. How do you...
You tell him that?
I don't tell him anything. I go with the flow.
Okay. The flow is your flow.
I go with the flow. However
what you mean
I'm
go with the
feeling.
flow? I'm about to make it flow. I'm about to give you my Mac Daddy vibe. I need you to see where I'm at.
Me personally, I think sex is a big deal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sex is major. It's a part of communication to me.
Okay.
So if you're holding back sex, I can't do that. I do what I want when I want to do it.
Well, we're talking about in general, not you just personally. It is a good idea for women to wait. But it's also a good idea for men
to wait. Yeah.
Yeah, men.
I'm not saying not to wait. I'm just saying go at your own. Like, don't put a time frame on it. Just kind of go with it. Like, whether it's a week, whether it's a month, like whenever you feel the need to, like, because like women will be like, oh my God, I wanna sleep with him, but I have to hold on. And like, what are you holding on for?
Well,
if he's showing you
these are your rules, so you should at least abide by your rules. If you say 90 days, it should be 90 days. If it's 120 days, it's 120 days. I don't have a problem with the rule. Like most relationships, when the relationship started for the man, like I might say we've been together a month, but if you talk to the woman, she's been together 2 months because she's going from the first day we met. So does the 90-day rule start from the first day I meet you or whatever point you decide?
Yeah.
I think that's a conversation.
It's all a conversation.
I mean, I'm sorry.
But you got
I was thinking about in
like you have to tell
days,
because
the 90 days, I don't know.
Because when
I'm assuming it starts the day you meet.
Does the 90 days?
That makes sense. I mean, because the point
so the
is
moment I introduce myself to you, the 90 days starts then?
That's what I'm assuming.
Day one.
Because, I mean, it makes sense because that person is trying to prove that they're not a creep.
Oh, I agree. So is there a window of opportunity like 21 days before the 90-day rule starts? Because I need to know if I'm in the 90-day rule because...
I need to know when that time frame has. I need to know when the clock starts ticking or when it stops ticking.
Well, y'all not gonna know anything. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
women are not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not.
I mean,
no, they're not gonna tell you.
A woman not telling what she's really doing.
Really
interesting.
Yeah, that's new.
That's
shocking.
That's very shocking.
Women don't reveal nothing.
I'm not,
very shocking.
I'm not going to be honest about what I'm doing here.
No.
Okay.
No. Even though we're expecting for you to be honest.
Yeah.
which is the biggest load of anyway.
It is. But I think women tend to have more to value in some senses than a man. Mm-hmm. And I think we're all equal, but it isn't equal. Because a woman can go around and sleep with 2 guys a year and be a whore. And a man could sleep with 30 women a year and just be that dude. Like Yusuf is really that guy.
The question is like, is that still what it is today? Like, I think that look on it has changed. I think it was years ago. Yeah, I would say that was true.
I think the numbers changed, but you don't want a woman who's been with everybody.
Women don't want a man with anybody.
Don't ask. Don't tell.
No, you shouldn't ask.
Never ask. People listening, don't ever ask the number. I don't care what the number. I don't care what the number is. You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
You do not.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, because whatever the number is too many.
It could be 2. You'd be like, oh my God, you had sex with 2 people? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's too many.
That's too many. That's too many for me.
How were you raised?
Oh my God. Where did you come from? Who raised you? No. But I think the 90-day rule is old-fashioned and outdated.
I don't think it's outdated, but it's an oldie but a goodie. Sometimes you need to apply it.
Because, when the 90-day rule, I don't know where it started from, but I do know
Oh, I do. I do know where it started from.
Where it started from?
It started when women decided to cut men off mid-relationship, like we're not having sex no more. And it just evolved into this 90-day rule. Because women can cut it on and off, like, oh, you're not getting none no more.
So women hold back sex. Do they do that in a relationship?
Sometimes women weaponize sex. Yes, they do.
They use sex as a weapon.
They do.
You're not getting it.
Yeah. And, I have a firm policy of not negotiating with a terrorist. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're trying to do that, then, best of luck. Might not go. A man has the option of being out, which is fair. But
men hold women on a pedestal, so it's easy for us to use that as a weapon because men feel like, men act like, I'll say that. Some men act like they're going to die if they don't get it.
What?
Because I've even had like when I did post this topic about withholding.
That's just
sex,
pretending we're gonna die. We're not really gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're just acting.
When I did hold this as a topic of the day about withholding sex as a weapon, a lot of men were like, "Well, after a week, I mean, you have to pleasure me, or you can't expect for me to be faithful."
Is that how men talk?
You know what?
Wow.
You are gonna stop.
Wow. Okay. I guess some men, that's their negotiation strategies. If it works, it's a great strategy.
But I mean,
I don't think that works.
I don't think it works. I don't think it's sustainable. It's not something you can do long term. But if it gets you through the moment and you get pleasured in that moment, then you won. It was a good job.
so you mean to tell me it's okay for them to step out?
I don't know how we got there, but no, I did not say that. I did not say that at all. I'm not even insinuating that. But if you're gonna, like, if you put a 90-day rule out there, what's the men's 90-day challenge? Not giving you any affection?
You tell me.
I mean, I don't know. I don't believe.
Yeah, what's the equivalent, so to speak?
Yeah, what can, like, women can withhold sex sometime. So what can the man not do? Like, he got to be everything in every aspect and still not have sex. So what can he hold back on?
Because it can't be the truth.
Truth will set you free.
That's a good question.
Yeah, like I don't think it's a fair trade off. Like, if a woman can say we're not having sex anymore, shouldn't a man be allowed to do something and say, "Well, I'm not. I won't be paying for anything for the next 90 days either." So,
yeah, we going stag.
Yeah, we're gonna yeah.
For the next 90 days.
Yeah, we're going Dutch.
We going Dutch. That's what it is. My bad.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, we going Dutch. Yeah,
I personally don't.
You pay for yours,
but
you pay for yours. I pay for mine.
Yeah. But what's the trade off? Is there a trade off for the 90-day rule?
I think there is. How about trying 90 days of not paying for any dates? So for 90 days, no sex, and you don't have to pay for any dates. All free dates. Going to the park, talking on the phone.
Isn't that stuff you should already be doing?
No. I mean,
going to the park is a date?
yeah, that's a date.
That's just hanging out. That ain't a date. That's just quality time. That's not. I don't consider that a date.
Can you have a date at the park?
Yes, you can, but it's not a trade off for a regular date.
It's not because you're not paying for anything.
Yeah,
there's nothing being paid for.
So it's only a date if you're paying for something.
No. It's not saying that it's not a date. It just can't be used as a trade-off within the 90-day rule.
Yeah.
Because that is not anything that you pay for.
It's not anything you've taken away. That's
like
free any occasion.
We going for a walk. That's a date.
No, I mean, you may be able to have a picnic at the park.
Yeah, but I mean, what if
it's winter?
You know?
Yeah, what if your 90-day rule comes in September, December? So there's no picnics in the park. Because I don't think it's a fair trade-off.
Hey, I just gave y'all an option. You don't like it? I just think that there is no fair trade-off. There's no equal trade-off. I try to make one.
No, I don't think it. I don't think that works without resentment.
I don't think. The resentment, I think, doesn't even come from the man's point. That resentment is gonna come from the woman.
Exactly. Men are used to being told no at some point about sex.
Yeah, in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Then why do
or the classic? I have a headache.
Why?
I gotta go to work.
I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've been hearing it forever.
Really?
Yeah. Just like probably with most women. Since they became women, there's been somebody trying to have sex with you. So you're accustomed to saying no. You probably said no more than you said yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been the other way around as well.
What's the other way?
I know women that have been told no.
Oh yeah,
Once,
I've
twice
seen
a
my share
year?
of those.
Yeah.
Once or twice a year? No, it ain't no monthly nose. I know that. Ain't no monthly nose. No way.
I can't say that, but women go through their dry spells of not being able to.
I think most
Get a
women
guy.
can just.
It's not that easy.
If you're just offering straight sex, nothing else, you can.
It's not that easy.
Okay.
It's really not. It's not as easy as you make it to be, because nowadays guys try to be upfront, like, oh, I just want to have sex, and they're like, you're not going to go for that. Men don't believe women can have sex without any strings attached.
Well, I hope we can have sex without strings attached if I don't have to go with you.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, from my experience, how men say they don't believe we as women can do that. I say we can.
Well, I think the one complication comes in is you don't want to start like that with a woman, and then that becomes your lady. Because you're going to always think about that. Like, is that what she does?
You got to stop thinking about it like that.
Okay. Not saying it's the right thought, but...
I mean, because men, I think personally, men think too much about a woman's past, about what she's done before him. Whereas men approach us with, don't worry about what I did in the past, let's worry about right now. Give me that same energy. Don't worry about what I did before you. But yeah, don't ask me about my history. Like, I mean, you could do a background check, that's fine. I mean, but don't get mad about what you hear about me. Do any of y'all do background checks?
No.
You might have to do a soft background check.
You do?
So soft. Not too hard, not real numbers, but...
Well, what do you do?
You might...
How do you do a background check on someone?
Why?
Like, if your last 3 boyfriends are all in jail now, maybe, you make men do crimes. I don't know. Or maybe you dated all men of the same profession. I think that's a telltale sign about a woman. Is some of the guys she dates. Now, she can be tricked, but if your last 10 boyfriends all shot somebody, I think you got a type.
True, I agree.
Yeah, so that's a soft background check.
But maybe her dealing with you is change.
Oh, well, don't change for me.
Why?
I don't want to clean up all the relationship residue, and then they gonna still be like, well, I've been with her too. Like,
really?
That could bother you. I'm not saying it bothers me personally, but it could bother you.
I do hear men say it does matter who you date previously.
Well, I want to make sure we're all on the same lines, or even, do you have something about you that encourages a man to be better? Because if your last boyfriends were worse, how you gonna help me?
Okay, I can say that.
So it's a little soft background check, nothing too in depth.
Would you ask around about her?
Indirectly. You don't want to directly ask. You don't want to tip nobody off.
I mean, what if you hear something that's not true?
I think first of all, don't snitch on yourself. Don't tell nobody you asked nobody nothing. You got to just hold it tight to the chest and see. If she's a thief, leave some money on the table and see what happens.
She may not steal from you, or at that time. She may be building up.
She may, but
if she a thief,
you can only fake for so long.
Yeah, eventually that thing.
But I mean, in a relationship, like, I've had guys leave money on the table and walk out the door. It's on my dresser.
On your dresser?
It's on my dresser.
So that's yours?
No, I'll tell them I'm taking it.
You're going to tell someone you're taking something?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I can't, if they say, oh, well, that's for so-and-so, don't take that. Oh, okay, I'll put it back. But, I mean.
You already have it?
Yeah.
You are the thief I'm speaking to.
But like I told y'all before, like, I'm used to that type of men that
at least leaves money on the counter?
On a dresser, I'll say that. And I'm not talking like $500-$600. I'm talking like, $20 they just took out of their pocket.
So that's community
$10.
property once it's on the dresser.
Change, like, hey, I can use these quarters to clean out my car or something like that. But I do call and ask because I'm not sure.
Anything but above a certain price point?
Yeah. I'll say if he has like a large amount, I mean, I don't see a person putting a large amount of money on a dresser.
Sometimes you leave stacks around. You know?
Hey. I don't deal with men in those professions, but
Give me a
they have
regular
bank accounts. But I mean, like, just in general, like, if he had to pay for something in cash and he just happened to have that large sum of anything over, well, actually, anything over $40, $40 or $50.
So anything under $40, community property.
Fair game.
Fair game.
I'm still going to ask, though.
After you've already picked it up.
After you've
No. I'm going to ask before I pick it up. Because I don't want to take it and he come back and looking for it.
Well,
And I already spent it. No. I'll ask and be like, hey, you need this money for anything? I'm going to take it.
Work the same way with a guy? If you left $40 on the counter, he can just take your money.
If I left $10,
I said 40.
I don't leave $40. I don't leave any money out. Women don't leave money out.
There's a lot of double standards with you.
Yeah.
Women don't. Like,
And men
women
have
wash.
to be aware of all these double standards and live with them.
Women wash men's clothes, and we find money there. That money's mine. I'm not giving you that money.
Wow.
Yeah,
I thought you said you didn't
how
steal.
much? I don't steal.
But it's in his pocket, and that's his.
Hey, it was in the bottom of my washing machine. And at that point, well, everybody's clothes mixed together, that could have easily came out of my pocket.
I wouldn't want my clothes washed with anybody else's clothes.
Yeah, I got an issue with that too.
Yeah,
Really?
That's just
I
my
can't.
personal.
Yeah.
Damn, it's not a real thing, but it's my thing.
Yeah, I actually feel that kind of way myself.
Yeah, I don't like my clothes intermixing with other clothes that aren't mine.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's left on my dresser, or even if it's at his house and it's on his dresser, I'll ask him before I touch anything, because like none of this is
Now,
mine.
is this after the 90 days is up or during the 90 days?
This
Because
is
I don't think you
during.
have a right to touch my money in the 90 days.
Yeah, that's kind of
Since we're in the 90-day dry spell.
Yeah, you
It depends on how he approaches me.
How approaches you? Why does all this
Yeah.
stuff depend on things that don't matter?
It does, because you know what? Some men lead with what they have. Like, I'm going to take care of you. Like, I've had guys, or even I've heard of women, like, dating guys, and the first thing he does is give them money to go shopping.
Why would you do that?
Don't ask me. I ain't no man. But I do know
No
men
birthday,
that do
no
that.
nothing, no gift. Just
Here you
here's
go.
some cash.
Mhm.
Okay,
Let me take you out to Roof Chris
but
on a first date.
I think you're reaching when you do things like that. But
There are men that do that. We call them loose pocket.
loose pockets. Mm-hmm. Wow.
They like to take, like, here's $100. Take you and your friends out.
Does he realize he's got to keep that up?
Yep.
Well, okay. That's what he wants to do, but I don't think that's a good way to lead in. I don't think you should lead in with anything but yourself.
That's what, like I was telling y'all about the, I think previously on the last show, about the edible arrangement that a female got at my job, and she was like, that's too small. I have to share with my coworkers, and he knows this.
Well, that's what it's for, sharing, I thought.
Yeah, well, no.
I didn't think the actual person eats all of it.
I mean, you could take it home and break it down and eat it.
After
over
everybody done
a
picked over it? No.
No, I mean, everybody don't have. It comes in plastic, so nobody has to touch it. You don't even have to open it.
To share it, you don't have to open it?
You don't have to share it. Nobody has to touch
okay.
it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying if you do share it.
But if you do share, I mean, like, I'm assuming you're just going to hand it out to everybody. It's not going to be that big of a deal. But that particular one, it was small. And she was like, it was too small to share. It wasn't gonna be able to
So she
eat
took it
everything.
home. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. But she was appreciative.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she was like, it was cute.
Just cute.
Just cute. I don't know. I personally wouldn't do edible arrangements, but hey, you know.
But I mean,
teach their
in the-
I
own.
mean, you said that the last show.
In the
Yeah,
first
I
90
wouldn't say that.
days,
Yeah,
in the
I
first 90 days, like, we watch a man and you're showing us, you're basically showing us who you are. And a lot of men lead with money. A lot of men lead with money.
Nah, I don't know these guys.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know
some
any-
I mean,
guys.
not everybody.
Yeah.
Some lead with, attention. Like, oh, I want to see you all the time. I want to take you out all the time. Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. That's how some.
Well, it sounds like maybe some of those men don't really know who they are, so they're trying to portray a role to draw you in.
I believe.
But you should be very wary. Just like if a woman just wants to have sex with you immediately every day, she's not going to be able to keep that up.
Okay.
Because like not most people, but there are certain types of relationships where they're hot and heavy initially, and then as the length extends past the 90 days, past the representative stage, 6 months, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, a year, y'all not jumping all over each other like that. And men, I think sometimes once men experience something as sexual as that, he doesn't want it to decrease.
Yeah.
I want you to do more. So you started off first 6 months, we all over each other. The last 12, you come into the bed with a bonnet on. Like, wow.
But in the first 90
right now, like,
in the first 90 days, when women come to me about guys they just met, my first thing is believe everything he shows you, and very little of what he tells you.
Okay, actions matter the most.
Yeah, because right now, in the first 30 days, he's gonna show you who he is.
What if he's good at it? He's a good actor.
He's gonna show you who he is, but you're gonna listen and see what he's telling you.
Okay,
that's confusing, but we as women, we take.
I'm confused right now too.
And I'm sitting there. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna explain it.
Are we on a date right now? Like, I don't even know what happened.
I'm gonna explain it. So basically, you can sit here and tell us, "Hey, I want to give you the world. I want to treat you. I want to be that man that changes your view on love. I want to be this. I want to be that." You're telling us everything we want to hear. So when you tell us what we want to hear, for some reason, we see that in you. We see that potential.
Okay.
And that removes what we're actually seeing.
Okay.
Well, it leads us like we're blind.
But I don't think men should lead with saying that. Like, I don't think that like saying, "Hey, I want to take care. I want to change your outlook on love." Because to be truthfully honest, I understand we try to figure y'all out, but I don't know. I don't really know what people's outlook on love is until you actually get into it. Is when you kind of figure out what their true feelings about love are. They might be scarred a little bit from the last relationship, but if you be yourself and you just do that and just be you, rather than telling somebody, "Hey, I'm gonna give you the world and I'm gonna make sure that you're okay and I'm a this and I'm a that," rather than going through all of that vocalness in it, and just act and be yourself. Well, just be you.
A lot of men are not happy with who they are.
Well, I understand that point. But if a guy tells you that, you should run immediately.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't even own the world. How can he give it to you?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Like you can't.
But women have lowered their standards so much that we feel like we're asking for too much. So when a man gives us just the bare minimum, like, "Hey, I'm trying to give you, I'm not everything you want, but this is what I can give you," and a lot of times, some women take it.
That sounds like game to start with.
Yeah.
Or some form of game. Not good game.
Definitive game.
You could call it game, but it works. Trust me, it does work. A lot of relationships start like that.
Okay. But that's not a good foundation to start a relationship off of.
Oh, it's not, but I can't say that because a lot of people who have long-term relationships based off of the things we feel like are not going to be a good relationship. I can't tell somebody that's not going to be good for you, in your relationship, and then it does. So like I just tell women to pay attention. Stop listening to words and pay attention to actions.
Okay, but long term doesn't mean it was quality. Some people just hang around too long.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm just here.
You've been dating somebody for 5 years. Well, between all the nonsense y'all been going through, y'all only really been dating 8 months.
True. But if you let someone else tell it, hey, every relationship is not perfect. And I think that's what a lot of people start living off of. Life is not perfect. Everyone's not perfect. So we're going to go through our ups and downs. And they start accepting that.
Start accepting bad behavior?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you shouldn't reward bad behavior. And if you don't reward it, then usually it's either going to change or you're going to make a change.
I think when it starts out, a lot of women they have their high standards.
Okay.
Every woman has their high standards, or what we feel are high enough. We meet a guy. He seems good. And no one wants to give up, or how can I put it? We don't want to disregard the good guy or not give a guy a chance that could have been the one.
Okay.
So therefore, we give someone a chance. We're like, hey, he's not perfect, but he makes me laugh. He makes me smile. So moving forward, you're like, okay, well, he has these nice qualities. He has this nice quality. He has that nice quality about him. And it kind of like, before you know it, you are in a relationship. And it may not be a good one, but you are in a relationship. And then it's bad.
Now these standards, do women compromise them? Or do they write them down? Do they have a list?
In their head, yeah. We have a list of our standards.
Or, a list in your head is just imagination. That's not a plan of anything. It's not written down.
Yeah.
So that's why it keeps changing and varies. And
my
you gotta have
never
some
changed.
definites. Well, you gotta have some definites about what the kind of behavior you're gonna accept or not accept, or what can be tweaked. Because somebody could be damaged, and you might really be able to help them. And then some people are damaged. They need professional help. Especially when a woman has been let down multiple times by a man. And sometimes that starts with her father. So you're talking about, let's just say if a woman is 35, she's been dealing with being let down for 35 years. And in 6 months, I'm supposed to fix it. It just doesn't work like that.
No, you're right.
But
I can't argue with that.
I just feel like, if it's so tricky after a certain age.
okay.
Because 90-day rule or not, just dating and relationships and all of this, it's real tricky after a certain age. I think once you hit 30, 35, now not only have you been influenced by your parents and other family members, and relationships for guys, relationships with your mom, for women, relationships with their dads. As I'm finding out now with my current profession, there's a lot of young ladies who are molested by family members.
Oh, wow.
And so now we deal with that. And then you deal with the young adulthood, where we have a whole bunch of bad relationships in our young adulthood. I wouldn't say bad, but relationships that don't work out. Because if you're single after 30, whatever happened before then didn't work out. So there was something. Now you're bringing that. So now you're coming into this with this person with all this luggage that you can't shake. And I think almost to a certain degree, something you said, me and you had a conversation, CL, that made me think a lot. I think that when people are when they get to a point where they think that a relationship, and this is just an idea of me, it's something I thought about, when they get to a point where they feel like a relationship is about to blossom with somebody, I think that it's very imperative that they seek therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Before they get into it fully.
I feel like after a relationship,
no.
should seek therapy.
Well, no. I mean, I agree with that too. But what if what if I didn't do it? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't. And so now I'm carrying all of this with me, and just to make sure my mind is clear and I'm clearly seeing this person for who they are, I think it's a good idea. Or even if you do it after a breakup, and then you say, okay, I've tapered off my thing, then I would revisit the same therapist when I'm about to get into something again.
I think it should continue. Yeah.
Well,
stop right. Stop when you feel like you're good.
Yeah, but people do. I don't think people continuously go.
Oh yeah.
To therapy, and stay in it and stick with it. I think they go until they feel like, hey, I'm good. I went with this mindset to figure out this about me, and I found this out, so I'm good. And I think it's something that you have to continue. And then I agree with continuing. But if you have not continued, I think definitely when you're starting out with somebody, I think that needs to be something that people should think about doing, because I think it allows you to really put yourself in the correct, clear headspace to not take that path, because we take our past with us unconsciously.
Well, we have to unpack what we just had before you move on to the next person, because you do carry that. Sometimes you can't carry that baggage along,
and a lot of people don't even know they're carrying the baggage.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, you could have an argument with somebody and they bring up, well, my ex did this, and I was right about him, so I'm right about you. Hold on, wait a minute. Like,
paying for another man's crime.
How did we get here? Like, how is that? That's your argument? And that's because people, like you said, they haven't unpacked all that stuff that they've packed up in that luggage.
So maybe along with that 90-day waiting, we need to both be unpacking.
We need to be unpacking ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to be unpacking our luggage. And I agree with that.
So is going to a therapist together a good date?
I don't think you should go together.
I don't agree with that.
I said as a date, not as a lifetime experience. Just we'll both sit down and talk with someone about our views on relationship. Nothing to do with me and you. No. Just our views on relationship.
I mean, that's interesting.
It's very. I think it's interesting.
That's extremely intriguing to do.
Because I think you could run some people off who don't have good intentions very quickly.
Not even just that. I believe. I think me personally, I think therapy is a more personal thing.
No, we're not. We're not talking about therapy.
We're not talking about.
You're just talking to a therapist. We're not.
Yeah.
You're just having a conversation.
So like you're going to a counselor.
So you go to a counselor?
Yeah, just to have a conversation.
Just to talk about our views on the relationship or the way we see the world, and it's have a mediator there.
Yeah.
Like basically like how people prepare to get married. You're preparing to get into a relationship. I think
we should do a better job of preparing to be in relationships.
All right.
Because I think if we prepare better to be in relationships, that lead to, I think, better relationships, which leads to
healthier relationships.
Healthier relationships, which leads to healthier marriages. I believe because a lot of times, people get married and have no clue.
No clue.
And until they're in it, that it was a bad decision.
Yeah. And
so
2-3 years down the line, they're getting divorced.
Yeah.
But so maybe that's a new concept. Maybe we'll throw that out there.
Hey, look, man, I might, you might have to ask somebody out on a date and say, hey, you want to go? Let's go to the therapist.
Yeah, let's just talk. Let's
go to the therapist and then go grab some dinner.
Maybe you got to give him a different name.
Let's go.
Yeah, don't call him a therapist. Call him something else.
Let's go to counselor. Like, what are we going to?
Let's go to a friend of mine.
Yeah, friend.
No, you can't say a friend of mine and then show up at the therapist.
They may be a friend.
No,
but what if Jane?
But I don't think it can be your therapist.
No, not your personal therapist. Maybe we're opening a whole new business for somebody. Like, just 30 minutes with somebody. Let's just talk about dating.
Yeah, let's just talk about what
our expectations are, just to balance things out, just to get a general consensus of what we want to do.
But it has to be a licensed person.
It could be a licensed person, but it doesn't have to be somebody you're already dealing with.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here on that discussion and go ahead and roll into Ask Nique.
Okay.
All right, so today I got a question.
Okay.
And it says, Ask Nique, if your ex's sister's brother-in-law wants to, I have to read this like 10 times. All right, if your ex's sister's brother-in-law wants to date you, is that an issue? And if so, for who?
Okay, who is kin to who? Is that person kin to you?
Yeah, I had to think about it as well.
Your ex's
sister.
Okay.
So the sister of your ex.
Okay.
Her brother-in-law is asking you on a date.
Well, not asking.
I mean, you're not kin. You're just two people, right?
That's the advice I give.
Okay.
Well, my advice to that, my response to that was, no one's related.
No one's related.
No one's married. And at the end of the day, when you go to that family reunion, your ex is not going to be there. So.
Oh, is somebody related to your ex?
No.
What?
Your ex's sister has brother-in-law. Your ex's sister's husband's brother. So your ex is never going to be around.
He could.
For what?
It could be a tight family.
He could be. The families are coming. Both families coming together for something.
Yeah,
well, he'll see.
Somebody's wedding.
Okay, yeah, wedding.
Oh well.
Graduation.
Your wedding.
The world is small.
If stuff progresses, your wedding.
Is that a conflict of interest?
I don't believe so.
I would say so.
You would say so?
Why?
Yeah, I would think it's a conflict of interest for the sister, depending on. I guess it kind of depends on the relationship that the sister has with you.
From the conversation, the sister doesn't have a relationship with her brother.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. So, like, my ex has a great relationship with my sister, and me and my sister don't have the best relationship. So, but it's a funny dynamic because they talk more than me and her. So, I
told her to go for it. Like, there is no point in stopping your life because of what other people are going to think.
See, it's not about. I don't think it's about what other people are going to think. It's
the
uncomfortability of the situation.
If you find a person that makes you happy, and they're not related to your ex, why would you stop because of the feelings of the people?
It's the association with the ex.
It's the association, I think.
No, that doesn't matter.
I don't care. How do you know? I mean, because I don't know about that. I don't know if the brother-in-law even associates with any of them. I mean, like, as far as like.
So it's basically not enough information in the letter to say, okay, this is that, this is that.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but to me, it's almost it's not the equivalent of, but they might be cool. Like, there's no. The ex and the brother-in-laws.
Oh no! From the conversation, no, nobody is cool with the brother at all.
So basically,
it's just basically saying the ex's sister's brother-in-law wants to date her. The sister doesn't talk to her brother. They don't have a relationship. So,
but they're still related. So they might have a relationship somewhere.
They don't talk. So she's kind of like, I don't know what to do.
I personally, just by the way this letter reads, I would be thoroughly confused. I don't know who's going to. I wouldn't do it because it sounds hard to explain. And when I find out things are hard to explain, they're usually hard to do.
I told her to go for it.
You told her to go for it?
Go for it. Because what? That may be her husband. And she's blocking her blessing because of an ex.
Or it may not.
Yeah, it could not be.
But she will never know.
You're right.
Until she tries.
But she can be.
Give him that 90 days.
She tell him, I'm giving you 90 days.
90 days, no sex, and we going Dutch.
Yeah, we going Dutch all the way through. Yeah, that. I
guess that pretty much. I don't know. I don't know if I would have said to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I probably would say no, but I understood if she did.
I can understand if she did.
Okay, so let me turn it around on you all.
Okay,
let's try it.
Here we go.
Yeah, quickly. So, say for instance, your ex, not even your ex. Oh, no. Yeah, what? Your ex's sister-in-law wants to date you. You're gonna say no to a woman because she has some type of connection to your ex.
I would personally, because that's her family or her people in regards, and
not her family.
And I mean family. I don't mean blood related. But that's somebody I met through you or on that side, and I
She didn't meet him.
Huh?
She didn't meet him through her.
Well, they're still related.
It's still somewhere.
They're still adjacent to each other in some form or fashion, and it just sounds like it could get messy.
Yeah, and that's what I would say.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to get messy, and anytime you have somebody gonna say that's like my brother, that's like my sister, and it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, it's just
all right.
Err on the side of caution.
Yeah,
that's what I would tell her. Err on the side of caution.
Don't do it.
Don't put yourself through unnecessary drama.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's gonna be very dramatic.
Yeah.
I say try it. See, the worst that can happen.
The worst that can happen.
The worst that can happen.
That's
the
the way
worst
you started.
thing that can happen is somebody is upset and it doesn't work out, and you can always just walk away from it.
All right.
Wow.
I don't know if that's what I would give, but
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. You understand? Hey,
but you're the expert.
Yeah.
That's why
they ask you.
That's why they ask Nique.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up. I thank you all for listening. This is the Relationship Status with your girl, Nique Cruz.
CL Butler.
And Yusuf. Once again, as always, if you want to join the conversation, you can email us at relstatpodcast@gmail.com. That's relstatpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can call us at 843-310-8637. That's 843-310-8637. Don't forget, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at RELSTAT Podcast. Lastly, don't forget to like, comment, share, and rate. Until the next time, this is Relationship Status, and we are out.
Yes, Brandon.
Hey, yo, Jay hit me up, man. He said we got to record a commercial, yo.
A commercial about what?
About the show. We got to tell what we be talking about and shit.
Oh, Lord. Oh, we talk about everything.
Yeah, so we got
What you gonna say?
I don't know. I say some shit like we talk about news and gossip and politics and black lives shit and white shenanigans and shit. And how you and your wife be having lesbian sex.
Right, because they need to know that part.
Yeah, they do need to know that part. But what else I need to tell them?
I mean, the name of the show at this point, you done said everything else.
Oh, yeah, that too.
This is the DJ Blaze Radio Show podcast.